Well, thank you, Chris. My name is Greg Girard. I'm with the Canada Travel Marketing Group. We operate the largest content-driven tourism website in Canada called acanadatravel.com. It's right now it's approaching close to 16,000 different pages about Canada. We also operate and run a top 23. We're just ranked 23rd as a top 1,000 travel blogger. So we have a blog we call Two Brothers, Two Feet, Two Curious, Two Canadians. And then to finish off, we've just proudly developed and created a new program to help small and rural tourism communities here in Canada survive and prosper with a new small community content-driven marketing and training program, which is unlike anything else. And we actually have been winning. We just got the Best Marketing Program Award in Canada and the Best Economic Development Award in British Columbia, which is a region here in Canada. And we're pretty excited on some of the things that initiatives we're working with and some of the partnerships that we have ongoing there, Chris. Fantastic question. When I was growing up on Vancouver Island, Chris, I was very fortunate to be invited to a sweat lodge ceremony by the Indigenous people of Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. What a sweat lodge, for people that may not know. It's an act that is called within rocks within the center. You put water on it, chanting, healing, discussions. The First Nations people do agree that it's a window to the creator and to the nature. And I found through this ceremony that I became a lot more culturally aware of our background. It left me very grateful, respectful, and honored with a deeper appreciation for the Canadian First Nations people, culture, and heritage. What makes us unique, Chris, is that we are arriving to the culture and history party a lot late. We're growing up in Canada. Our history lessons are focused on English, French, and Vikings. Sadly enough, it wasn't until recently that even our own tourism association and governments recognized First Nation and Indigenous cultures. In fact, just so you do know, your listeners know, Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada did not start until 2015. So again, they were late arrival to the party. So we as a country are just beginning to start the difficult task of educating Canadians on what life was like prior to 1497 when John Cabot, I believe it was, arrived on our eastern shores. So we are now beginning to develop our Indigenous tourism industry and better protect our First Nation culture, artifacts, and language. Well, Chris, to be blunt, I'm a bit apprehensive on how Canadian culture and heritage tourism sector will have an impact on how tourism is consumed after COVID. There's two reasons. One, all the reports I'm reading indicate that Indigenous tourism business is fueled. The majority of the revenues are coming from international tourists pre-COVID. So what that tells me is that for the next couple of years ahead, uh, because of that industry, the Indigenous culture depends on that. We're going to have to depend on domestic tourism. My second point is I'm not convinced Canadians are going to pick up that slack. There's very little education involved in the First Nation tourism industry to Canadians. I mean, it just started in 2015. So if you get no education, no awareness, no understanding, no interest, you're not going to get any results, especially when pre-COVID, 23.2% increase was in the Indigenous tourism market. And they were on a big roll. And now that First Nation tourism is just getting started, we got hit by COVID. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm wishing them the best. Yes, actually, Forbes came out with a report recently stating that they are seeing an emergence of a new travel, Chris. A lot of new wants and needs like quiet giveaways, family travel, last minute trips, rural road trips, and an emphasis on safety, of course. They've also came out where 90% of the searches online right now are to rural areas. So cabin rentals are seeing 143% increase in searching. I would add that the next battleground, Chris, that businesses and associations need to look at, of course, to fight for that tourism dollar is on social media and search engines. A responsible approach to businesses would be to address these new wants and needs of the traveler and restructure their online marketing strategy to adjust the changing trends. Barack Obama said it well. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. They are the change that we seek. If there's no money in it for the traditional association or government tourism associations, my answer would be no. If there's no money in it for the traditional tourism associations, my answer is still no. It's a funny system. I don't think they have their models right. I do believe that if you are going to protect something as valuable as culture, language, and history, I would suggest a third party look after it, somebody who has a common interest, who is invested into the culture and history of the tourism industry, like WTACH at the World Tourism Association of Culture and Heritage.